game time, please, Vassal.
Oh, I'll tell you what we want, what we really, really want. We want an actual Spice Girl and one of the best kids' books you're ever likely to read. Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire is out now, and here to tell us how nobody puts Rosie in the corner, it's Geri Halliwell-Horner.
Let's Geri Halliwell-Horner.
Oh, that's so nice.
Hello, Geri.
Hello,
How are you?
I'm great. It's lovely to see you.
Nice to see you.
Lovely.
So she's out and about again on her escapades. Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire. You talk about the J Gang, the J Club. That's Jeff Frasco, who put the A in agent, and all these other people you thank in your acknowledgements.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's a lot of people. And, you know, this is we're 2 books in. But then, of course, I look at your bibliography. This is your 10th book.
I know.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah, I do like writing.
You do? You love writing,
Yeah, I
don't you?
do. I love the power of words.
Do you have writing heroes?
My goodness.
Do you have gurus?
I tell you who's been an absolute inspiration for
Tell
me
me.
is William Boyd. He wrote Any Human Heart.
Yes, he
He's
did.
like a maestro, brilliant. He really guided me on my journey on this. And recently, Philippa Gregory. Now, she wrote The Other Berlin Girl. Now, I would say probably about 18 years ago, I met her, and I was on the Booker Prize to help, to pick who was, and I met her and I fangirled, right? I properly hi, and one of those. And then, cut to almost 20 years later, she has read my book, and then she gave me, like a strap line. The blurb,
Yeah.
she gave it, and she was having lunch with me, and we were discussing Henry VIII. I was like, oh my God, my life is full and complete.
Geri Halliwell-Horner, an irresistible page turner, says Philippa Gregory.
I was like, oh my God, when you properly feel proud? I properly got, wow.
So, for people who don't know about Rosie's existence, can you bring us up to speed where we left her, who we left her with before we get onto where she goes to next, please?
Okay, so what happened previously?
Yes, please.
Okay, so in a nutshell, she's orphaned and she's sent to this school, Heatherbridge, and it's on this island. Imagine Jurassic Park for endangered animals, okay? Heatherbridge School, built by Queen Elizabeth I. She gets there, and this school was built 500 years ago. It's present day now. She goes through a series of games, the Falcon Queen Games. She gets visited by Anne Boleyn, the Ghost Queen, and she finds the courage she never knew she had with a series of friends. At the end of book 1, she finds out her mother was murdered.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. And so book 2 leads into this actually like a big journey of revenge.
Yeah, and she writes to her mum, doesn't she? Because she wants to sort of manifest her advice by putting it out there and see can she hear anything coming back.
Yeah.
And then various people arrive at the island. Some shouldn't have gone to the island because they end up not getting off the island. Lawyers and things like that in particular.
Yes, murderer. There's a lot of murder in this
There's
one.
a lot of murder.
There's been a murder.
And
yeah.
you're a 3 hours a day girl writing, are you?
That's what I like to do, but sometimes your mind drifts a little. Sometimes it goes longer, but I have to have a discipline because otherwise it doesn't get done.
Where's the keyboard?
Well, now it's changed. It's downstairs in this very spacious dining room.
Right.
I do it, and sometimes it's in my little office.
All right. So if you could characterise Rosie as a human being, give us her character traits.
I think she's brave. We've got a big heart and not perfect. I think it's really important for our heroes that we see are not perfect.
But you don't care about them if they are.
Exactly. Your daughter, remind
Mary.
me, Mary, she, how old is she now?
She's 10.
She's 10 and she's getting into it, I heard.
Oh, she absolutely loved it.
She ate it up.
She was
She
so...
wouldn't get off the plane, would she?
She's so pleased. She's done you a little review. She does.
Okay, I really want to hear her review.
Oh, dear.
This is who it's for.
I'll tell you what you want, what you really, really want.
Is a review from your daughter.
You nearly sang that then.
Nearly. Okay.
Other people try and get to do it. We don't, and she does.
Okay. It is for everyone, but ultimately it is for your daughter. And
I think she was really inspired by it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Tell me.
One of her friends lost his mum
Yeah, okay.
recently, and she found it quite and that was in between the two books that had happened.
Okay.
So she found that quite touching. She was really, and she really wanted to talk to me about it as well. You know, we were on holiday, we were on our way to Portugal when she started reading it, and then every second she's a voracious reader.
I love
and
that.
it's lovely, you know, and she likes a proper book, Mary, and it was lovely to see her inspired and energized by it.
She's 10 and this is 440 odd pages long.
Yeah.
And she ate it up, didn't she?
Absolutely.
Do you want to hear the review now?
Yeah, I do. And I also want to speak to her and say, did she guess, like midway, what the thing is? I don't want to give it
is she
away.
At school today?
Yeah, she's at school now.
She's at school. I want to speak to her
wouldn't it?
and go. And was she surprised by there's two things in it that happen? You go, what? Like
right.
it is quite like, but let's hear what she's got to say.
Do you want the review now or later?
Yeah, well, it's up to you.
No,
You're
it's up
running
to
the
you.
show.
You're the
yeah,
guest.
I'm just like, because Mary.
All right. Well, jury's in.
Jury's in.
Judges' scores are in. Could go either way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably
She
won't,
tells the
but-
truth, Mary.
Could go either way.
Okay.
Here we are. Here's Mary's review of Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire.
I started reading Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire, on the way to Portugal, and I didn't want the plane to land. I loved it. I finished it within 2 days. I really enjoyed how the book makes you think about some serious things, but also makes you laugh a lot. And Rosie is just awesome. Can we have another Rosie book soon, please?
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Oh my God.
Clearly, you've met up in some dark alley
No.
and paid this child millions of pounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
I suspect that.
She's delivered favourable reviews before, but never before. Can we have another one?
Yes, I
Can
know.
help
See,
you with
that's
the
her
contract, with the
first request.
negotiations?
For
Oh my
another
God,
book.
but like that's making my heart like shine. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no, she really, and honestly, she's a proper reader, Mary, and she absolutely.
Oh
loved
my
it.
God, thank you, Mary. That makes it so worthwhile. It is for Mary. You know, for me, I'm a big bookie, so that's the point. It's for Mary to get inspired, to connect.
Now, we know that from the first one, because when you came in to talk about the first one, do you remember you've been on the American book tour?
Mm-hmm.
And I've been watching all that going on and people raving about you on every show. You were booked on some shows, then they saw you on those shows and the book sales carried on going up, and then you booked on other shows and it went gang. But it couldn't have gone any better, could it?
I'm very grateful to how it's
are
gone.
we still on that kind of roll?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Number 2's gone actually better. It's it's really taken off. Because I'm sort of finding my form as well. Like I've built the world, so then you find it, and yeah, it's done really well. So I don't want to sound braggy, but it's New York bestseller and it's in the LA Times bestseller
That's
among
not
adults.
bragging, that's just counting.
Yeah, so like in the book reviews for adults, because adults can enjoy this book as well, because it's quite dark and murderous in certain ways. It's got depth. If you're a nerd, it's full of facts about black holes and science and history. So your takeaway is what you need.
And you did flex a little bit in the interview with the Times. Why not? Because you wanted to promote the book about the biggest producer of movies alive today buying the rights to the
I'm not going
franchise.
to. I'm very, very excited to circle back, and I will be announced, but I've got to pause on it. But yeah, it has been. It is the biggest producer in Hollywood has bought the rights. We're making a movie, so
I mean, so the movie is in production, or they've just bought the rights and they're
we're
thinking about it?
We're looking at the writer right now to make the scripts.
And are you involved in that then?
Yeah, they've been so amazing, including me. And so I get to help choose Rosie. And they're including me, and they're just amazing people.
But the biggest producer in Hollywood is Steven Spielberg.
I'm not gonna.
But he is the biggest.
I'm not
producer.
gonna. Well, let's just say. Okay, let's.
Well,
I'm not gonna get into it because not today.
Too late for that. We're into it.
No, I've got to wait. Patience.
All right. So Rosie's Gang. We've heard about your gang.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about Rosie's Gang. Same gang.
It is the same. So you've got
Jackson around still?
Yes, well remembered.
I've read that.
Yeah, Jackson, he's the the guy that you think, he likes poetry and he's really good looking. Charlie, he's just a great guy that you think actually you'd want your daughter to marry, and he's just a good bloke. He does cry, but he's not a wet wipe. Then you've got, do you know what I mean? Which I think is really important for our sons.
He does cry, but he's not a wet one.
Do you know what I mean? Our sons to say it's all right. You still can, be that hero, but you still can express your feelings. And there's Bina, who's smart and funny, and then Ottilie, who is my favourite. Okay, she's that girl that you think has got it all together, gorgeous, wonderful, super smart, but actually, and she comes out with these lines. You think, oh, you're a bit of a mean girl, but actually, unpack her. She's got a burning heart. And she really comes through.
How many in the gang then?
So there's 5.
5?
Yeah.
Ah.
There you
it's
go.
It's the rule of 5, isn't it?
It's the rule of 5.
Yeah.
There we go.
So if the 5 main protagonists in Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire were the Spice Girls, who would be who?
I think probably that's so interesting. I think Charlie would be Baby.
Great.
Because it's just warm.
Yeah.
God, that's really... Because what I do, that's hard to say, I take pieces of different people and put them in. Does that make sense? And
Sorry, I didn't even think you'd answer this question. It's great that you even began to.
Yeah, like a chef. No, I take little pieces. Like, I would say Ottilie's got a little bit of Victoria's, like, wit.
Yeah.
Like, and just slay. You're like, you are funny. Yeah. So there's little pieces. It'd be unfair to say they're their own person.
How old is Rosie-ish in this book?
Okay, so, oh my God.
Who's that?
I don't know. Let's have a look who that is.
Who's it? Go on.
It's not anyone interesting.
Let's have a look.
No, it wasn't actually.
All
it was a random number.
Oh.
No, but Ottie, and this
Probably
is important.
telesales.
Okay.
Hi, is that Miss Halliwell-Horner?
Do you know what I do when someone calls
She's
me?
talking to you about your payment plan.
Do you know what I do? If we get a random, I put on an accent. So in case they want to steal your voice. But anyway, no, Rosie Frost.
Give us your best random telesales.
Random, no,
anti-telesales accent.
No, I've probably. Okay, but Rosie Frost, she is in number 2 is 14,
right,
which is important. It's the age of power.
Right.
It's really when you're finding your identity. There's different periods in your life. You go, yeah, okay, I'm reclaiming. And 14, you're suddenly going, okay, this is who I am. I'm finding it. Queens have become queens at age of 14.
Which is interesting, isn't it? Because, Famous 5, Secret 7, The Simpsons, they didn't age. They don't age. So you've chosen to age her.
She is growing. She's growing up.
Right.
So
which she will, like Harry Potter did in his movies. Rosie will in her movies. What happens next with the movies? Without telling us too much, what happens next?
Okay, so first of all, you get there's different ways that you can, produce a movie. But first of all, you get the screenwriter, and it's got to be the right one. That is imperative. It's everything to get the right writer. To get the writer, and then you take it to the studio.
Right.
And then that's it. Off you go.
Okay. And
so it goes producer, writer, studio. But some people don't do it that way.
What's the timeline looking like?
Well, producing movies takes time.
But what's your best guess when a Rosie Frost movie might be on the screen?
2 years.
2 years. And that would be book 1?
Yeah.
So, and that's how it's going to...
Yeah, it was always written for movie.
Was it actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And how many books are we going to enjoy?
3. I'm writing number 3 at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. I interviewed you. This sounds so braggy. Okay, yep. But I know that you'll enjoy this. Brian Cox, the physicist.
Yes.
I had lunch with him and took my pen and paper out, going, "Oh, can you tell me about the black holes?" And so you get to meet really interesting people, as you do.
Yeah.
Like and you can unpick their brains. But I was like, "Can you say that again, please?"
And you're very studious because you talk about your research in this book as well, and people who've helped you with the research. What realms did you go into for book 2? This one, Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire. What did you learn? Are you like a magpie? Are you? Yeah, you are. Same as me.
Yeah, I would say I'm curious but a little bit lazy.
Yeah.
In the sense I want to know enough to understand it. So I had to learn about fusion energy. Yeah. I interviewed probably about 5 different physicists to try and explain it.
Is this for 3 or 2?
This was for 2,
right?
Because it's about fusion energy. There's a little bit, and my mind was going to explode because I only put a little bit in there,
right?
Enough for page turner. So it's authentic.
But there's little nods to Oscar Wilde in here as well.
Yeah, I love Oscar Wilde.
I know. So you put a bit of that in when.
Yeah. So if you like literature, you're happy.
Right.
Shakespeare, there's little nods to Shakespeare in there. But if you want science, there's a little bit of nod in there. But then if it's just want adventure, it's in there.
One of your bezies is a brilliant writer, Dawn French. Do you run things past her?
Do you know what? She gave me my first piece of advice for writing. She said, leave the phone out the room.
Leave the phone alone.
You leave it, because otherwise what happens is that phone sends a text and suddenly you're out. You're knocked out of.
Do you know about that? So if you check your phone for one text message, it distracts you. One message distracts you for 17 minutes. So you have to. So it takes on average.
Oh my God!
So on average, it takes 17 minutes to get back to where you were, not the flow you were in, just to get the text message out of your mind.
Oh my
And that's
God.
only one. And usually when you check one, you'll reply to one, and then there'll be a bit of back and forth. So times that 17 minutes by whatever. And psychologically, you're now out of the room anyway, because you may, was that the right response? Should I have responded? Was it a reaction? Then you're thinking, so psychologically, you're so absent. That's what, she's bang on. I mean, throw the phone away. Do you know what I mean?
It is like they are creative killers.
No question. So your own daughter is 18 now.
I know.
I mean, come on.
I know.
And at university.
At university.
What's she doing?
English literature.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Is any of her in Rosie?
I do actually. There was one.
Bluebell.
Yeah. I do. There are parts of her that I don't know if she'll get cross with me if I told about, that's inspired from her.
Yeah.
But there
Well,
are
there's
some
nothing not to like about Rosie.
No, but there's
so.
a couple of extreme things. But no, she's been very supportive of me. But I do run things past her because she's such a good writer. But then she'd give me like funny quips. There's jokes in it, like I can marry, like, oh, go sit on a cactus. There's a little bit of lightness as well, and she's quite funny. So I get them from her.
And your work, so things that you like doing. Is there anything that you like doing that's in there?
Okay, there is a bit in there that I just absolutely love, right? Because when you write, you can make anything happen, right? But I like the murderous bits, like extreme, but then also the love bits. There's a bit in it, it's about love. And she's got those first feelings of like she's crushing on this guy. And there's this bit, and it's called The Wanting River. And it's this estuary, and it's frozen over. And she meets Jackson, and they ice skate. And it's under the stars, and then suddenly he does this amazing bit of like ice skating, and then she sort of falls into him and they kiss, just a tiny little
Meanwhile,
kiss.
Charlie, who is that's the one she should really have.
Exactly. This is the whole point. You want to go Charlie or Jackson?
Yeah, Charlie's time will come.
Charlie's time will
Book
come.
3, Charlie. Don't you worry about it. You just chill your boots. Book 3. It's all yours, Charlie. It's all there for the taking. Please let that happen, Jackson. I mean, come on. Jackson.
Poor Jackson.
And what about other things? So, like, you love your writing, you love your music, you love life generally. Of course you do. You do really get up every morning, don't you? Squeeze as much out of life as you possibly can.
Yeah,
And
try.
you always have been like that. That's what you do. I think that's your modus operandi. You love your horses.
Yes.
What's the number one thing that you like when you've got some spare time? Family duties sorted, husband sorted.
I was going to say family. I love that.
You get that for free.
Okay. What else do I like?
So is it horses next?
I just like animals, I think, in general. Have
you read that book about the hare? Do you know the book I'm talking about?
No.
So my youngest daughter bought me a book for my birthday because the lady in the bookshop recommended it to her for me.
Okay.
And it was basically the hare equivalent of Black Beauty. So not up my street. I can't even remember the name of it. I took it on holiday, and it's really good.
Don't you just love that when you get lost?
It's about a little leveret, a baby hare, and you never see leverets
It's like
around.
Watership Down.
Sort of like Man Down.
And what was your takeaway from it? What was the sort of the vegetables in chocolate?
Leverets? Bring them on. It's not easy to look after a leveret because it's like. When you get an organ transplant, your body rejects the thing that's trying to save it.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same, a little leveret, human beings and leverets.
Hang on, a leveret is
a baby hare.
Is a baby hare.
Little baby hare.
I did not know
Have you ever seen a hare in the wild?
I've seen lots, and they're so fast.
Do you have hares around where you are?
Yes.
Do you know it's very rare to see a hare?
I do see it. Or does it mean something?
No, but because they're huge, aren't they?
Huge.
They're bigger than
and so
some
fast.
dogs.
And they're just whipping through the fields. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I just wondered because I read Black
Beauty. A leveret.
I can't remember the name of the book. It's like a big bestseller at the time. I took it on holiday with me. To be honest, I left it in the house where we were because they had lots of books like that. I thought, there you go.
Oh, that's so nice. Pass it on.
Yeah, I think so.
Lovely.
So you got all that going on. How was Easter for you?
It was amazing.
Yep.
It was amazing.
What did you do? What did you learn a spread?
Do you know what I did?
Come on.
With my son Monty, we had like these big water guns.
Yep.
And we were chasing each other.
Super soakers.
Yeah, and we were chasing each other around the garden. And I went, "Say hello to my little friend." I was sort of. Yeah, that was so much fun. Yeah. I love playing with my children. It's brilliant.
It is the best, isn't it?
It's so good. He's 8, so it's such a laugh.
Have you seen the Martha Stewart documentary on Netflix?
No, is it good?
Oh, God, it's so good.
Is it?
It's so good.
What's good about it?
Everything is good about it.
Tell me.
Well, her journey's fascinating.
Yes.
So for people that don't know, you know who Martha Stewart is.
Yes.
So you describe.
Right.
What's your take on Martha Stewart?
My takeaway that she is like this renowned domestic goddess, homemaker, amazing brand. Then went to prison for tax evasion in some sort.
No, insider trading.
But
it wasn't insider trading.
Okay, so I didn't know exactly, but it wasn't. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And then she came out, and then she's friends with Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, absolute trailblazer. Ridiculous trailblazer.
Okay, I'm going to watch it. Go on, tell me.
Not the insider trading bit or the going to jail bit, but reminds me of you a lot.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, talk about, Hootspot and getting up there and going for it. Because they say, I can't believe you haven't, sorry, no, I can believe you haven't seen it, but I think you will love this documentary.
Oh, really?
Because you're fired up anyway, aren't you?
Yeah.
You open your eyes.
You've got to make the most of life. Don't squander a minute.
But you watch this and you'll be like, right.
Right, let's bring it on.
Work to be done here.
I don't know about you, but I've had, dear friends that have passed on. Okay. I've had one. And you suddenly go, it happened to me when I was young, right? My father died when I was young, and that teaches you to make the most of life. But then last year, my friend died, a really dear one. And I thought, oh my God, this life is so precious. I want to make the most of it, with bringing joy, doing what you love, celebrating it, the opposite of squander.
Yeah.
So that's probably what drives me on.
Well, I think you're going to love this documentary.
Oh, I'm going to check it out. Thank you. I love a recommendation.
No, it's a crack. Have you seen... Go on, you were going to give me one.
I was going to give you one. Okay, it's called The Studio. It's on Apple.
Right.
If you just want a real palette change.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's in it.
Right.
It's so... I was watching it in a hotel room by myself because I was doing the book tour.
Yeah.
And I laughed from the belly by myself. When you catch yourself, you think, it was so good and so clever.
Did you watch Britain's Got Talent on Saturday?
No, is it really
good?
Gotta
watch it.
Is it really good?
You've got to watch it. It's absolutely...
What happened that made you go, wow?
Well, that show's been on the air for a long time now, a couple of decades.
Yeah.
Right, and it should be past its sell-by date. But it's the opposite. It's getting... I said to the team here, some genius has got their genius, talented, sticky paws all over the show. And I don't know who it is. And it's good anyway. It's so life-affirming, right? And a couple of weekends ago, there was a great collective on called the Umbrella Collective, who were this brilliant group who were through to the live semi-finals, and they melted your heart. Saturday was the same again. That show is getting better and better and better. So there's a recommendation. Have you seen The Righteous Gemstones?
No.
You've got to watch.
That's a very interesting name. The Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones is this sort of dramedy, comedy drama about a super preaching family in America, who get to stadium preachers.
Oh wow, okay.
On acid.
I'm writing it down. The Righteous Gemstones.
Did you watch White Lotus?
First series.
Bits and bobs. Okay,
yeah.
So that concluded.
That's a nice light, rich enough. It's rich enough but light in the same. The gays, they're trying to kill me, they murder me. The gays.
Series 3 gets a little bit dark.
Does it?
To say the least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Oh, it's so lovely to see
Great
you.
to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Isn't it interesting where this is going to go, where Rosie Frost on Ice on Fire is going to go? Because if this book's bigger than book one and book one smashed America, and of course, if America catches a cold, what is it? If America sneezes, the rest of the world catches a cold, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
So we're on the way with this franchise and this movie deal. If you think about what happened with Harry Potter, you had all the movies, which took 15, 20 years in the end to make from the first word of the first book being published. And now what you have today, you have the new TV series, Harry Potter series
I know, it's
lineup
amazing.
being announced.
That's so cool.
Where could this go?
Who knows? We'll see.
Because the blueprint is there. So that's interesting, isn't it? Because it's not dissimilar with the Spice Girls.
I mean, I always see things as we live in a 360 world.
Yeah.
So when I write, it's always about, okay, what does it feel like? What does it look like? I can't help it.
Yeah.
So, that has music. Rosie Frost has music with her. As I wrote her, I could see her in pictures.
Yeah. The development path has been written though with the Harry Potter franchise, and like what the Spice Girls learned from Take That, didn't they? It wasn't dissimilar.
I think everything's got its own path.
And then Take That learn from the Spice Girls the next time they came back. It's great though, isn't it?
Yeah, we're all bouncing off each other.
We're all learning.
Yeah.
It's all good. All good in the hood.
Amazing.
You're great.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much to Mary.
Most of all, thank you to Mary. For that. It wasn't a ringing endorsement. It was a deafening endorsement.
Mary, I can't wait to speak to Mary. I want to hear more.
Checks in the post. Christmas hampers forever in the post.
Mary, thank you. I want to know who her favourite is, and did she guess?
Here's the thing
about Ed.
Here's the thing. Because of Mary's review, and there was no deal. There was no sort of deal out there, was there? And there was no deal. Maybe Mary first she put it out there thinking this is going to end well. How about tickets for Mary +1 to the premiere of the movie? When it's made?
Absolutely!
Is that a done deal?
That is a done deal.
Mary,
I'm going to be buying Mary's big dress.
Thank you very much.
She's going to wear a big dress.
Geri Halliwell-Horner.
Yay! Thank you.
Rosie Frost, Ice on Fire, out now.